Good morning, students. In the previous class, we studied the agricultural practices. We just started, and today we will study it in detail. So, in the agricultural practices, first is preparation of soil. So, today we will study in detail. Preparation of soil is the first and foremost step in cultivating a crop. The soil is prepared by ploughing, leveling. So what is ploughing? Loosening or turning the soil is called as ploughing or tilling. So ploughing is done by several type of implements or several type of tools. First one is plough. Hoe and cultivator are also used in ploughing. Now you can see the figure of ploughing. Here ploughing is done with the help of bullocks. And here you can see it is done by the help of tractors. Next, we have to study why we are doing ploughing or what are the advantages of ploughing. As we have already told that ploughing means tilling or turning the soil. So when we are tilling or turning the soil, it allows the plant roots to penetrate deeply. Okay, so the roots may go deep and hence it will help them to firmly attach to the soil. Next point is, as we are doing ploughing, so the fertilizers which we have added, it will properly be mixed into the soil. Hence it will enrich the soil and also helps in growth of the crop. It helps in trapping the air into the soil. And the next is, it also helps in removing the weeds. Weeds means these are the undesirable plants which grow with the crop plants, and it will take the sunlight, nutrients, water, whatever we are providing to the crop plants. Okay, so we will study about weeds in the next class detail. So next point is, when we are doing ploughing, it helps in the growth of essential or useful bacteria, earthworms. So what they will do, they will add humus to the soil, and in this way also the soil will be improved. Okay, so next comes the tools used. Plough, hoe, cultivator. So this is a wooden plough, you can say it. This is a hoe, and here you can see cultivator. So after ploughing we do leveling. Here what happens, if there is a big lumps of soil, it will be break down. So it can be broken down by either by animals or by using the tractors. This is a leveler. So the next is sowing. Sowing simply means putting seeds in the soil. You must have seen sowing. So putting seeds or scattering seeds or planting seeds in the soil is called as sowing. Okay. So what are the things that we need to remember during sowing? During sowing, we must select good seeds or clean seeds or healthy seeds that are free from infection and disease. And while we are sowing, we must take care of two things. First one is right depth, second is appropriate distance. That means when we are putting the seeds, it should be sown in the right depth. That means if it is grown in too much depth, so what will happen? The seed will not germinate. Okay, that means the crop will not come. And if it is sown too shallow, that means it is not in depth, so what will happen? The birds will eat it away, birds or pests. And when it rains, what will happen? The seeds will be carried away. Okay, the next point is appropriate distance. That means when we are putting the seeds, there must be sufficient distance between them. Okay, if there is no distance or if they are put in one place, so what will happen? It will create overcrowding. So when overcrowding is there, it will lead to competition. That means all the seeds may not grow properly. Okay, they will not get proper nutrients, proper sunlight, etc. So we must take care of two things, that is right depth and appropriate distance. Right depth means seeds must be sown in the right depth and it must be sown at the appropriate distance. That means proper distance should be maintained between the crops, okay, when we are sowing the seeds. Next we have to study the methods, how we are sowing. So these are the methods. First one is broadcasting. It is also called as manual method. That means it is a traditional method. That means we are putting the seeds in the field by our own hand, okay, so no machine is required. This method is not much efficient, as what happens, it doesn't ensures the proper spacing between the seeds, okay. In this figure you can see this is manual method of sowing seed. Next is sowing seeds by seed drill. So one of the major advantage is that when we are using seed drills, it will ensure proper distance or proper depth, okay, of the seeds. So what will happen? It will not be exposed to birds or pests, and it will not be carried by water or wind, okay. Next is transplantation. You must have seen in your home itself some crops like rice, brinjal, banana, tomato or chili. Okay, so first they are planted in a small area. So when they are grown, so what will happen? We are again taking it and transplanting it to a large area. Okay, so when the seedlings grow, we are transferring it to the field. This method is known as transplantation. So by this method, we will select only the healthy saplings. Okay. By seeing this figure, it will be much more clear. This is called as transplantation. So transplantation means process of transferring the seedlings from nursery to the main field. This is called as transplantation. Traditional method is also very common. Here we are using a funnel shaped bowl. You can see. I think the figure is clear now. So we are using a funnel shaped bowl in which we will place some seeds. Okay. So these funnels are connected to the pipes. So as the oxen move in the field, what will happen? The seeds will be sown in the soil.